All right, so we are starting our shoe project today. So the very first thing you need to do is from your bottom toolbar, go ahead and click on Photoshop. Once it opens, you can go ahead and do File, New. You're going to name it Shoe Project, and then your last name. You're going to go over here. You're going to make sure that this is inches. So click this to inches, and then we are going to make it 8.5 by 11. And as I told you, unless I tell you differently, your resolution will always be 150. Should be RGB color, 8-bit, and transparent. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and click OK. And you now have your blank canvas. So you're going to go to Chrome, and you are going to find the shoe that you would like to do. And as with when we did the Photoshop background, it would probably be better if you could find your shoe with a white or a black so that there is some contrast. This will be harder than, and this one will be harder than this one because this is white and black, so it's there. So you can make sure you find it. Once you find it, you click on it so that this bigger thumbnail shows up. We're going to go ahead and right click, say copy image. We're going to go down here to the bottom toolbar and click on Photoshop. And here, remember, we can't right click to paste. You can either hit edit, paste, or you can do Control V on the keyboard. That is up to you. Now, this cross up here in the top left is your move tool. So if this is selected, you should be able to take and move wherever you want it to move. You have to make sure that the layer that you're looking for is selected when you do it, but you can take and move. If we want to resize it, we're going to hit Control T for transform, and we will resize it. If you hold the Shift key down while you are doing this, you cannot make the picture in a different proportion. If I don't hold it down, I can make really thin boots or really fat boots. So usually when you're doing something like this, if you will hold down the Shift key when you take to move these, it will put them in a proportion that makes sense. To get rid of these handles, you go ahead and hit Enter. And so now I can move this around. Now, the one thing that I will say is that, remember, we're going to do everything using the Z shape. So these boots are probably going the wrong way. If my eyes are going this way and the boots are going that way, it's probably not the best. So what you can do is you hit Control T if that layer is selected, and you can right click, and we're going to flip them horizontally. Remember, horizontal lines is like the horizon or the sunset, and vertical lines is up and down. So we're going to flip it horizontally, so now I can do that. if I take my cursor and put it right up top, right outside the handles, I can also rotate it. So I could rotate it to whatever I think would be the best for my ad. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter again so I get rid of the handles. And the last thing I want to do is I want to take away all of my background. So if I go over here on my toolbar, you would go here to the quick selection magic wand tool, click on the color you want to take away, and hit the backspace button. You can do this multiple times to get all of this done. Now, the one thing I do want to stress is that if some of it gets taken away, that's fine, because you're going to cover this entire thing. The only reason that you have this shoe at all is so that you have some kind of form or format or shape to go ahead and create. So now finish your shoe, make sure all the background is gone, have it the right size that you want it to be, and going the correct distance.